All right, let's go.
And our guest is here.
Let's go.
Good morning. Welcome to the community briefing. My name is Gregory Sneed. Today is the 30th of October, and tomorrow is going to be very spooky. Very spooky. It is Halloween. Yeah, it is Halloween. So the challenge is that we got some folk that wear a mask 24/7, all year long. So well, we won't go there. Anyway, so my name is Gregory Sneed, founder and CEO of Lifesaver Financial Services. And let me now introduce the queen of our community briefing, Miss Crystal Mitchell.
Hello, everyone. Glad to have you here. Yeah, we have people in masks. The whole entire country right now is in a mask, and it is spooky and scary. Welcome, everyone, to the community briefing. I am Crystal Mitchell. I'm the co-director Recycling Black Dollars. As well, I have my own business, which is a coaching consulting practice for small businesses and nonprofits. Actually, Iman, our guest today, I'm working with the Los Angeles Urban League, and we're working with Momentous. With Marcel, just took some workshops and classes. In fact, I think last night they had a class that I was not part of, but they had a class. So I'm glad to have you here. This platform was created basically to bring you information of what is going on in our during the pandemic, and how you could find the money and who was responsible and how you could hold them accountable. And so we're 6 years past the pandemic, and so we still need to know those answers. And so we bring those people to you that are leaders and stakeholders and people that are really making things happen as it pertains to our businesses in our community. And so we have had some amazing guests, and we're very proud that they've been here and appreciate them being here with us to share all of their wisdom and knowledge. And so, as in the fashion, we have another one today, and we're excited to hear more about her. And our team, just met Greg, and you met myself and Ms. Robin Billups, who just came back from my favorite part of the world, from Cairo, from Egypt, as well as South Africa. And so glad to have her back. She'll have to share with us all the wonderful mystical things she saw there. And Mr. Stephen Turner, I think he's there off screen, but he is the producer, and we are very thankful to have him because he makes things happen. This platform is powered and sponsored by Recycling Black Dollars and the BBA, and our monetary sponsorship comes from Los Angeles, LDC, Southern California Edison, Wells Fargo, PCR, as well as SoCal Gas. So welcome to the community briefing, and we're excited to have you and excited to hear about our guests. So with that, I'm going to flip it over to Ms. Robin so she can say hello to you.
Hey, everybody. Well, I'm so glad to be back. I had a blast. One of the highlights is that we spent 3 hours at an elementary school deep into the province of Soweto. And to see 1,000 kids from kindergarten to fourth grade matriculating, and the third and the fourth graders actually created a drone to track drugs in their neighborhood. The third and the fourth graders competed against 200 and some students, schools, and they came in third place. So it was a blast. I have a lot to share, but today I want to make sure you guys see my shirt.
Vote.
We got some big stuff. We got an important election coming up next week. So the mission today is to talk about getting that vote out. Let's try. Everybody here needs to make sure 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 people get that vote out, because our ancestors gave their blood, sweat, and tears and their lives so that we can vote. So when people say I don't vote because it don't count, yes, it does. It definitely counts. And so again, I'm thanking Iman for her supporting us today, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to kick it back over to Crystal so we can get started.
Okay, and I'm kicking it back over to Craig. And yes, voting is very important. I think the last count I saw was 4 million people had come out to vote. And so we want to make sure this is the biggest special election that California has seen for the vote of yes, 450. All right, Greg, back to you.
All right. Let's see. Our guest is Iman Cotton, and she has an MBA, and she's a business loan officer at Momentous Capital. So she gives out money, but there's a catch. You got to apply for it, right? Now, Ms. Cotton, are you able to hear us? So she had something in the text here that she was working on volume and is going to be joining on another line for
Oh, wait, let me
audio.
get. Can she hear? Did she just speak? I think she needs the. Let me get the code here. The dial-in code. Uh,
She may have
dial-in
to
code.
come back out and come back in because that usually there may be a prompt for the audio. In the meantime, I'll offer my condolences to Mr. Duncan.
What happened?
He's
Oh,
wearing the
that's
Dodgers
very
hat.
premature. The
I'm being a little
body, there's
premature.
no death yet. Don't be premature.
I'm like you, Greg. What had happened in the last two games? Come on now.
I'm like, huh? Did I miss something? I'm getting the dial-in code. Give me a second.
Miss
That
Cotton, are you
wasn't
able to hear
right,
us now?
Greg. That was not right.
I know.
My
Do you hear?
volume. Can you
Do you
guys
hear
hear
us
me
now?
now?
Yeah, we
Yes,
can hear
there
Yes.
you.
you go.
Okay, all right,
I'm
And
good.
two
do you
people,
hear
as you can
us?
see. I can hear you just
That's
fine, but
okay.
sorry, I had to dial in from another line.
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything you guys have said, but
That's
am I
okay.
up?
Yes.
Well,
Oh well,
not
no,
yet.
not
Not
yet,
yet.
not yet.
We're getting
Okay,
ready to
okay.
introduce you. So you were missing the banter going back and forth, and and we were talking about some other things, but now the important part is your introduction. So you're there.
Okay,
All
okay.
right.
I'm here. I'm here.
So
And I can
rewind.
share, correct?
Okay. Iman
Perfect.
Cotton is the business loan officer at Momentous Capital, and that is a CDC, and is focusing on small business loans. She is references herself as the skilled maven who's gifted at being resourceful and providing solutions, dedicated to serving entrepreneurs and being a facilitator. That's like making stuff happen, of making dreams come true. She has almost 20 years of experience in banking, financing, lending, business management, and in sales. She specializes in cultivating, deepening, and relationships. So she's been there at the CDC Small Business Finance for the last 3 years. She worked at the boutique financial concierge as a business manager with principal. She was with Fiserv, City National Bank. There's the connection there. Retail banker, and also Fifth Third Bank. Sounds like a contradiction. Fifth or third? Okay, Fifth
Chicago.
Third Bank,
Oh,
and Bank of America. She went to DePaul University, got a bachelor's of science, the Keller Graduate School of Management, and got her MBA, and also the Keller Graduate School of DeVry, Master in Accounting and Financial Management. We have no idea where she was born and raised. Where's she from? Any relation to Bobby Cotton?
No, sir.
Okay. Uh, so please join me in welcoming to the virtual stage Miss Iman Cotton.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I am sorry for the technical issues this morning, and I am still getting it together right now. But do I have access to screen share?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So as he mentioned, I am Iman Cotton. I'm a loan officer with CDC Small Business Finance. I am born and raised Illinois, South Suburbs, Illinois, and I relocated to California in March of 2012. Prior to relocating, as you heard, I was extensively in banking as a branch manager, as a vice president relationship manager, as a business banker, things of that nature. But being with CDC Small Business Finance, has been uberly fulfilling and rewarding for me because of my ability to provide access to capital to not only everyone, but to especially people that actually look like me. So today I wanted to simply walk you through the different programs that we offer and go through the guidelines and things of that nature. And if there are any questions, I would love to answer those well. So I will go ahead and get started. Everyone can see my actual PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So today I'll just review what to expect when applying for an SBA loan with CDC specifically, CDC Small Business Finance specifically, but nevertheless, this basically applies to most places you apply. Give me 1 second here. All right, so introduction, I'll review what a CDC and a CDFI is, the type of loans we offer, the documentation required, and go through a few success stories. So a CDC is a certified development company. CDCs are certified by the SBA to administer SBA 504 loans. CDCs are private, nonprofit entities with a mission to provide business financing to those who aren't quite strong enough for bank financing. There are over 260 CDCs in the country. A CDFI is a community development financial institution, and CDFIs help promote access to capital and local economic growth in urban and low-income communities across the nation through monetary awards and allocation of tax credits. CDFIs can be institutions such as bank holding companies, credit union, loan funds, and venture capital funds, and there are more than 1,300 CDFIs in the country. And currently, the CDFI fund is being impacted, but nevertheless, we are still pushing forward and funding deals and accepting applications. Momentous Capital, the company up to the left there on the PowerPoint, Momentous Capital is a family of organizations. It's Capital Impact Partners, who's my sister company, who's our CDFI. Who provides financial products and services to population and businesses located in underserved markets. And CDC Small Business Finance is our.
Lost her feed.
Oh, no.
Oh, let's see. Can we text her and tell her? Let's see. I mean, put in the chat. Can't hear her. Man.
Here twice.
Your audio.
Are you texting or do you want me to text her?
I
Both.
just text her. Let's see. Yeah, you can too. The cord may have come out if she's using, because she looks like she's using her phone.
Mm-hmm. Headset.
Well, we're working with Momentous while we're trying to get her. Urban League we're working with them. So they have a program that actually will provide funding for startups, provided that they have great credit on their personal side, or at least a 670, I think, on their personal side, and they will fund non-revenue, as they're saying, non-revenue startup businesses.
She's still going. All right, let me try that again.
Wait. Maybe
Take down her share.
Stephen, you can call her, because that'll interrupt her.
Did my share replace hers?
Yes. But I don't know if she sees it.
All right.
Just love technology. The last 3 weeks on the Business Zone, I had no audio. It was frustrating. Oh, and she is gone to town.
Mm-hmm. And she's
I think
probably not
he's
going to answer her phone.
Robin coming in. Robin, you're coming in. We lost Robin.
Well, one of the key things is how do you plan to use your money? It's a business acquisition, a change of ownership, equipment, refinancing debt, working capital, startup, and tenant improvements. The
Yeah, you gotta have a purpose.
SBA, yep, standard
You can't
operating
just go
procedure.
at, yeah, you just can't want money. You gotta have a
Uh-huh.
reason for the money.
And now we have an overview. So
Mhm.
the SBA microloans are offered directly by the CDC Small Business Finance and other approved micro lenders. The loan ranges from $30,000 to $50,000, and loans offered for viable businesses that do not meet bank requirements. Rates are 10 and a quarter, and currently based on the cost of funds. It's fixed. So maybe as rates come down, those rates will come down, and the terms are 7 years. There is some post-loan business counseling that is required. Next slide.
Color Greg is doing an overview. He's a CC. Here's a closed caption.
Good job, Greg.
Right. You're
Thank you,
practicing
Michelle.
for your financial literature class, huh?
Yeah, I've lost count of how many seminars and presentations I've done, but it's probably in the neighborhood of somewhere between 300 and 500.
Wow.
So,
Right. And I think we lost Robin too. Did we lose Robin? Because Robin's the other banker in the house.
Mhm.
I text her in privately, and then
Robin went
text.
out, but she said she's back.
She came
Okay.
back.
yeah.
Mhm.
We'll just have Greg
Yes,
do
no, Greg
the.
do it. Greg does
Yes.
a good job.
I'm
Doing
waiting
a
on the
good
next
job,
slide.
Greg.
Yes. Okay.
There's a lot of bankers
obviously
in the
we
room,
are
so
we have
we
much of us.
can
Many of us
pitch
are
in.
many of us are familiar with what CDFIs are and CDCs. We represented by Joseph and Michelle and Robin, and we've had a number of people come on with that background.
Well, the most
She's still on the same slide, so we're missing some nuggets.
Mm-hmm. And she's
people
still
about
talking.
Now the
Now my screen
microloans are
froze.
7 years. Those idle loans that came out, economic impact disaster loans, were 30-year loans.
I'm trying to get her attention.
Yeah, well, she didn't see. I can try sharing the screen again.
Well, Carolyn actually sent her a text. She said she texted her to let her know that she was off feed.
Okay.
Maybe you could share a screen that says we can't hear you.
He had one of
He
those.
did that before. She's very passionate.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys seeing that screen now?
Yep.
Yes.
Right. She's
But
worked
I
on the
think
retail side. She's working. Go ahead. So I think that that's critically. And then Chicago is one of the founding markets for CDFIs. Shore
Oh,
Bank.
really?
Yeah, Shore Bank was one of the original organizations that started that. So her background is, when
Oh,
it comes to
wow.
lending, and specifically especially around these CDFIs and the Pacific Coast Regionals of the world, Citibank, these organizations.
She's just going too. So should we not
I've
tell
done
her
a lot
that-
of work with Iman. She's very passionate about what she does, and I'm sure she's imparting a lot of great information that unfortunately nobody else is getting to hear.
Well, Greg, there's a different slide. Would you mind telling us about what's going on here, please?
Yeah, yes, dear. Yes, dear.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So the Community Advantage Loan Program allows non-bank lenders to make SBA 7A loans. and they're offered directly by the CDC Small Business Finance and other approved alternative lenders. So the CDC covers all states besides, I guess that's besides or except North Dakota, South Dakota, Utah, Vermont, and Alaska. That's interesting why those states are, I didn't know that
Yeah.
before,
It may have something to do with local regulation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually know why they're not there, but
Yeah. Did
that would be
anybody
my
know that
guess.
before? I did. That's news to
I
me. I
didn't know
that.
either.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, that's not that you can't get a community advantage loan in those states. Just
Yeah.
that CDC, the company she works for,
Correct.
doesn't make loans in those states.
Mm.
Got it. And
But then
so
again,
the loan
as
range.
we were saying before, we don't know anybody in those states anyway.
No, we don't.
I
We
know
just
people in
go over
Utah and Vermont. So,
Oh, no, I know
Yeah.
Utah.
yeah. And I've been to Utah a few times, and I've been to Vermont quite a few times. So loan range is anywhere from $30,000 to $350,000, and loans are offered for startups, existing businesses, expansions, business acquisitions, and CRE. What's CRE again?
Commercial real estate.
Commercial real estate. There we go. The rates are prime plus 2.75 to 3.5 over prime for projection-based deals and existing businesses. That's not too bad. And the terms are 10 years. So that is something called the Community Advantage Loan Program.
Mm-hmm.
And I should add, prime is at 7% today.
Yeah. So the other loan that was at 10, so prime 7.5, so that gets it up into double digits. And
But the Fed did have a rate reduction, I think, yesterday.
yeah,
I think a quarter point.
25 basis points. So
Right.
the S.
There we go.
Yes.
No, just reminding you, a change of slide.
Thank you, Michelle.
Is telling us she's the largest lender in the nation and was excellent at my event yesterday, hosting her. Many were assisted and received initial funding reviews of their businesses. That's from Carolyn Hines.
I wonder if I'm going to on her slide, I'm gonna mute and see if she notices that, and ask to unmute. Okay, maybe she'll see that. Yep, that's going to show up on her screen. That didn't work. Okay, so the SBSS score is simply a calculation tool the SBA uses to assess the likelihood of a borrower will pay back the loan. So that's the key part of the loan is you get money, but the key is to pay it back. The score is an indicator of the strength of the request. The SBA sets a minimum score to process the loan, PLP. Oh, I missed that one. Okay, so she went back to Community Advantage. All right, I think I've read this one already. Oh, here we go. The score is an indicator of the strength of the request. The SBA sets a minimum score to process the loan, PLP. Anybody know what PLP stands for?
Yeah.
Okay. And or the lender may have an internal minimum requirement. The score is based on personal credit history of all the owners of 20% or more of the business. Debt to credit available is an important factor. I didn't read fast enough. Okay. Effective changes as of June 1.
You have to be a U.S. citizen. And-
Beneficial ownership definition. That came out not too long ago where we had to fill out that information. U.S. citizens, lawful permanent residents, and U.S. nationals. Injection will go back to 10%. There's a minimum requirement. Will be 165.
Think of injection as the down payment.
Mhm.
Injection basically means down payment.
Yeah.
You have to come up
Okay.
with at least
Right.
10%.
Make merchant cash available and factoring arrangements ineligible for debt refinancing. Okay, so receivable factoring. Clarifying the criteria for evaluating the eligibility of business operating under a management agreement and business that have entered into a management agreement with a third party that gives the management company sole discretion over the business operations. So there's some stipulations on ownership that took effect just recently in June 1st. So for those who are applying, They may have tightened up some of those ownership requirements, especially since these are intended to benefit U.S. citizens, and I guess to keep foreign outside of the U.S. from benefiting from a program that our tax dollars are paying for.
Is she
She is
saying
going.
yet? I know.
She is going. She is on a roll.
We're going to give her the award for most passionate guest on the community briefing.
Right? And the other box went away, did it?
I asked it again. I did it again. I wonder if we just stop the share, will she get it?
I did. Oh, stop the share. Yeah, try that.
Let me just stop the share. Oh, let me see. Okay. Let me see. How do I stop the share? Are they sharing?
Yes. You're banker by day. Oh, so what do you do by night?
Author.
Children's book author.
Okay. There you go. Children.
I can't stop her. Oh, okay. Here we go. She go, what happened? What happened?
Okay.
Greg. We can't hear you.
All right. Now let me try this again here.
Yeah.
Back here. Oh, she's starting again. Look at that. She's determined. Crystal, take her share down again.
Okay. Where'd I go? Where'd I go to do that?
She realized the share dropped.
Okay. All right. So I took hers down. Oh, I think there she is. Can you hear us? I think she saw it now. Always uniqueness on the community brief. There she is down there.
Me? Hey,
yeah,
Tim.
now we can hear you.
You couldn't hear me. Nothing I was saying that whole time.
We knew you were passionate.
You said what?
We just know you were passionate about it.
Oh my God.
We lost you maybe about 7 or 8 slides ago.
7 or 8 slides ago, but you did at least hear some of the stuff. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Thanks
We also.
to Greg.
Oh my God. So
yeah, I was reading some of your slides. just
look,
reading. I didn't have the
look,
knowledge.
And I saw you all laughing and having a good old time. I'm like, can you guys hear me? Shake your head. And I saw somebody shake their head. I'm like, are they shaking their head at me? So what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to reschedule me, or you want me to keep pounding through these slides?
I think you should keep pounding through, because
so you guys can hear me.
Yes.
So the problem
do you hear us?
is I can just fine. The problem is the audio on the computer was not working. So I tried to dial. I signed in to the other device, but then it might have kicked me off the original device. Do we have the actual dial-in code so I can dial in?
But do you hear us now?
Yes, sir. But again, I'm on my cell phone, and my laptop has the presentation on it.
Can you send your presentation
I could
to
do that.
Greg?
I sure can.
And then he can.
This is awful.
No.
The good news. The good news is that you covered a lot of what a CDC is and a CDFI, and we have members on here who are with CDCs and CDFIs. And
like
that's
Joseph,
an area...
I even called out Joseph and everything else.
Carolyn, and we got a lot of Greg is former banker, Robin's a former banker, so they were filling in for you.
This is awful.
Yes.
No, Iman, let's keep it moving.
Okay, I'm pulling it up. I'm trying to get to the email for you.
Yes.
What was my last slide? Because I can do. Okay, so how about this? While I'm sending this presentation, because the secret sauce is not on the slides.
No, it's you.
So while I'm sending these slides over, I'm going to share the secret sauce of how you actually qualify. How about
There you
that?
go.
Okay.
That's
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 So,
the
great.
yeah. There you go.
so
Go with the secret sauce. There you go.
for a startup business, the way that you qualify is four things. The first thing we need for you to have is at least 2 years of industry experience if you're in a low risk industry, or 3 years of industry experience if it's a high risk industry. Okay. So
Mhm.
that's for starters. If you don't have the industry experience, we can't even apply. Um, from after that, we have to, as so whether this is W-2 income, spouse income, your trust account, your investments, your cash on hand, whatever it may be, as long as it's enough. Greg, can you drop your email in the chat for me? As long as it's enough to cover your personal living expenses and the minimum payments reporting on your credit report, will give you the business loan up to 350,000, simply based on your business plan and 24 months of financial projections. I'll
Can you
repeat that.
repeat that? Please repeat that because that's good stuff. Oh,
Did we lose her again?
hello.
I see her. She's off mute. Somebody doesn't want us to know the information.
Mm-hmm.
Commissioner
So she said,
Hines, can you share some words? Because you had the person, she was one of your presenters. Carolyn, come off chat.
Off. I'm off mute.
well, one of the things that she said, I'm going to repeat this. She said, in order to verify your income, they look at a W-2, your spouse's income, your investments, and something else. But part of it, the mission is that it has to cover your personal living expenses and any minimum credit card expenses that you have. So they will operate, if you have all of that, they will operate from your business plan and 2 years worth of financial projections. That's pretty good.
Mm.
The interesting designation that she was referring to: low risk businesses
Yes.
and high risk businesses.
Yes.
I imagine a restaurant is a high risk business.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, in that risk factor, it's critically important. This is what we tell clients all the time. Do your due diligence to understand your market, the market trends, who are you competing against, what's your differentiator, and that's part of you, supporting the lender putting your package together. Carolyn,
Yes.
we'd like for
Can
you
you?
to, yes.
Okay, good.
A share from your event yesterday. Until we get her back.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So we're asking you to share some of the tidbits from your event yesterday.
First of all, I want to thank Iman. She just rocked the house. She's an incredible, amazing human spirit, and all of my phones been blowing up all day. People that didn't come but told about it by somebody that did come. So I appreciate her for coming out and sharing with the community how we can empower our communities and really start businesses. Nobody's giving money away to startups. I don't care what you do. You have to have at least 2 years of doing what you're doing, and then they'll still say no. But this is a opportunity where the CDF is really focused on helping individuals in the community. And like we had all of the supportive staff there, whether it was PCR, SBDC, the with tax people and all that, they were there to help to say, we're going to help you get your stuff together. And this is a resource. And it's probably been the most phenomenal information I've heard, other than, Obama was elected president. It really was like brand new. It was inspiring. And as an entrepreneur, you know me, I've been doing this stuff for a long time, but nobody actually says we have funds to help you do it so you can continue to do it. And I know it's kind of sketchy right now. It fell off the feed and all that stuff, but this is real meat for the real people who have real businesses or want to have them. And this is where no one has ever, and I've been with a million organizations, 2 million in teach entrepreneurship in college, and no one has ever said this stuff like the way she presents it and like the way that it's actually working. People were getting texts yesterday about getting like a minimum $1,400 for their nonprofit within a few minutes. $1,400 for their nonprofits just to help them get through this little crunch. So I applaud her. I'm glad I referred her so she could speak to the big community under you guys' umbrella. But you have no idea how we can go back and line by line get individuals, whether they come through the biz camp or whatever, we can get them some help. And this is real help. This is not, rubbing a magic wand, or this is not a genie in a bottle, but it definitely is a real person that you can talk to. I asked the group yesterday, how many of you guys know your banker and your banker knows you? They know what you do and they can help you. Nobody can say yes to that. So this is a real, real angel among us. So
Well,
thank you,
Carolyn, let me
Iman.
let me just say this. One, I appreciate the fact that you made the introduction, but this is what we've been preaching to the choir for the last 5 years. So the idea that we had a whole workshop about knowing your banker and why you need to know your banker and the questions that you need to ask, and it's not the branch manager. So I'm excited about the fact that the truth comes forth, but it depends on the individual. It's not about the organization. It's the individual who's committed passionately to providing information that the community can use. Oh, she says she's here. Where are you?
See at the bottom there.
Okay.
Can we
But
hear
no,
you?
that's great, Carolyn. Thank you.
I'm here.
You're welcome.
I
Okay.
was just listening to Miss Carolyn, and yeah. But I'm just gonna pound forward with talking, and I can
Okay.
share the presentation to you guys. So again, I'm gonna double back to the startup, how you get actually qualified. And Miss Carolyn, thank you for sharing the experience yesterday. And with all of these technical
Difficult.
difficulties. That's just the devil being busy
You
trying not
know
to let
it.
y'all get the
You
information.
know it.
That's
You
So
true.
know it.
with that being said, for a startup business, four things we need for you to have the industry experience. We already have that, either 2 years low risk or 3 years for a high risk industry. Then from there, we need you to be able to cover your personal living expenses and the minimum payments reporting on your personal credit report or your household credit report. So this can be with W-2 income, spouse income, long-term or permanent disability, your cash on hand, your investment accounts, your trust accounts, things of that nature. So whatever you have that you can show documentation for, that you're covering your personal living expenses and minimum payments reporting on your credit report, that's the biggest thing. From there, there's a will, there's a way. So
Mhm.
that's the biggest thing. We need you to show you have the capacity to cover your personal expenses and minimum payments. And then with the business plan and projections, we'll approve up to 350. Now, the SBA changed the requirement on June 1st that you now have to show that you have 10% skin in the game as a startup business. So we only used to require 5% for the injection. Now that has actually increased to 10%. So this can be money that you've invested already, or just your cash on hand that you have between your checking, savings, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, bitcoins, crypto, and IRA and retirement counts if you tell us this is just what I'm using, Iman, and this is the loan repayment, or these are or this is the tax implication.
Iman,
So
can I interject right there? This
please
is
go for
Robin.
it.
That's a very valid thing that you said, where they increased from 5% to 10% personal investment from the business owner. But
Absolutely.
please address the fact that as soon as you get started, whatever your in kind, whatever your angel investor, whatever money you spend towards your business, document, because that's going to validate, again, to your point, that 10% that you put in. Can you
Miss
talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely, Miss Robin, that was so important, and thank you for pausing me there, because as I mentioned, this can be money that you've previously invested, or simply money that's the cash on hand that you have that you support by a most recent statement. That's all we look for to show that, see that you have the 10% if you haven't already invested it. With that being said, to Mrs. Robbins' point, anything that you spent already, we can count that
Mm-hmm.
if it's cash related.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's a business credit card, but then you went and paid that business credit card off in full, and you're really only using it to inject into the business, then we can count that, but we don't like to. So we prefer it's cash that you're using from your personal account, or go ahead if it's, a great bank relationship where you're not paying monthly maintenance fees, go ahead and open that business account if you know this is what you're going to do, and start spending from there so we can see the transactions. But we, in order to account the money that has been previously invested, we simply need to see like an invoice and the proof of transaction, or like I stated, that bank statement that shows this was clearly a business transaction, or this was clearly for the permits, the licensing, or I started, I built on the ramps to my home already. Here is the actual receipt from it and the proof that I paid with cash.
Excellent.
Perfect. So, in addition to this 10% injection, we also require, because we are a nonprofit, so we're not going to allow you nor us to put you in a bad situation. We also require, let's just say 5 to 20% for post funding liquidity, meaning after the business loan is done, regardless of what the business does, if the business doesn't do anything, we still want to make sure that you can cover your personal expenses and the minimum payments reporting on your credit report. Those are the 4 things for a startup. That's it. That's all. Industry experience, be able to cover your personal expenses and minimum payments, 10% injection, and some money for post-funding liquidity. Now, I said 5 to 20% as such a range because if you only ask for 50,000, we may not require anything for post-funding to see anything for post-funding liquidity, nor do we charge, nor do we want to see the 10% injection if you actually go through the micro loan program, which, was I speaking when that slide was on the screen or no?
No.
So
Talk a little bit about that.
okay, the micro loan program. The micro loan program is only if you're in California, and it ranges. Our preference is 30 to 50,000, but for this group, I'll definitely do 10 to 30 if it's a quick, easy deal and kind of, not too much effort. But the preference is 30,000 to 50,000 for the micro loan. Guess what, y'all? The micro loan, and that's when you saw the passion probably, when I was, just a whomping. The micro loan actually, we look for you to be more so, um, we're not looking for a certain score on the micro loan. Okay. So we're cautious and careful to say no minimum credit score requirement for the micro loan, but in essence, it's truly no minimum score required. But you can't just have bad credit. Okay. We need to see that you have, if there were any issues, they need to be like a year ago, almost a year ago, and they need to have reasonable explanation and resolution in place. So, for instance, Ms. Robin, if they had collection items, we want to see that there is currently a payment plan in place, and where that money is coming out your account, and the documentation, or the documentation saying, okay, you've paid off X amount, or we've settled this in full. So again, reasonable explanation with resolution in place for any issues that needed resolution. We want to see that you reestablished and rebuilding your credit. And we want to see, like on-time payments for like the last, let's just say 12 months. So we had a 605 that got pre-qualified, but they weren't able to be approved because they had low liquidity, so they didn't have a lot of cash on hand, and then they had high revolving usage or high balances on their credit card. We had a 590 that got pre-qualified, and they got approved because they were living lean and mean. We saw that they put the plan in place to pay off those debts. They had reestablished within 12 months, no late payments. They had cash on hand, but they just had a hiccup, as we all do sometimes. But, why should we be penalized for life if we do have a hiccup? So that's the micro loan. Now, the Community Advantage Program, which I am the #1 SBA lender in the nation for the Community Advantage Program, that requires the 165 SBSS score. And the SBSS score stands for Small Business Scoring System. Okay. So the SBSS score is an indicator set by the SBA of how likely you are to pay back a business loan. It's a blend of your personal and business credit. Okay. So the thought might be, well, I don't have no business credit. It's a new business. Well, then it's more so heavily predicated off of your personal credit versus the business credit. But they still look at things such as business industry. Is it a commercial address or a residential address? Things of that nature all impact the risk of the business. So again, the blend of the personal and business credit for anybody with 20% ownership or greater drives the SBSS score. And we're looking for the SBA now requires a 165 for that specifically. Coach Greg put in the actual chat, NAV. If you want to pull your own business credit or the SBSS score through NAV, you can pull the score yourself. You have to have like the premium program through NAV as a business owner to access the SBSS score, but that's how you could pull the score yourself. Because the SBA is shut down right now, we can't even pull the SBSS scores. But we are business as usual. Okay. So it's business as usual because you still have to, each lender approves their own loans. So just because one lender says yes or no, and that's what one of the slides, I think you guys might have caught me on that one. But each lender is different. So just because you get approved or denied by one lender does not mean you'll have the same results by the other lenders. So get comfortable with no until you get the yes you're looking for, and make sure you're matched with a lender that can meet you where you are. Like I stated, no need to apply at the bank if you know the bank doesn't take startups. But they can't say no, you can't apply because that's illegal. They can't refuse you or deny you to apply. So they're just going to take that application, put a ding on your credit, and deny you when they could have told you up front, we don't work with startups. Unless you're 18 months or greater in business, we cannot assist you. So make sure you're having the conversations with the person you're working with, and they should be your biggest champion. And I tell all my clients, if you believe in you, I believe in you even more. And like I stated, where there's a will, there's a way. The biggest thing with getting approved for the Community Advantage Program up to the 350 is being able to cover your personal expenses and the minimum payments reporting on your credit report. After that, we could figure everything else out. The injection money, you can be gifted this money. The post-funding liquidity, you can be gifted this money also. And all that looks like is simply a gift letter that states, I'm gifting Joseph $40,000 for his personal and business
No, Robin.
matters.
No, Robin. You want to give it to Robin?
You better yet, Joseph, she took it and I'm giving it to Robin. So so I am giving Robin 40,000 for her business and personal matters. And then from there, we use that as a placeholder through the full and final approval. Once you get the final approval, the funding manager says, hey, Robin, go collect $25,000 and deposit into your business checking account. You go get the business checking out. You deposit 25,000, then you send us the receipt that you deposit the funds, and then we fund you then after that. So that's for a startup business. Now, existing businesses, don't come to me before you go to your bank because, again, you should have solid bank relationships. And I heard Miss Carolyn touching on it, and they should want to work with you. If you have solid revenues and solid credit and solid net income, If that bank is saying no, you need to rotate and find another one possibly.
Mhm.
Okay. And like I stated, you need to have conversations. What's your minimum credit score requirement? What's your DCR, your debt coverage ratio requirement, or your DSCR, debt service coverage ratio? What's those requirements before you even apply so you can know if you're wasting your time or not? And so you can also understand, like, this person should be, looking to quarterback your situation. Your banker should be your quarterback, should be your biggest defense person to help you block, tackle, and shield you. I tell all my customers, I need you to be transparent because I can't do anything for you if you're trying to run a play that I don't know about.
Mhm.
Tell
So
me to play
true.
so I can tell you how to run it, and tell you if we can actually do it or how to actually do it. Okay. So let's be you have to feel comfortable enough to be transparent with that first person and with the person that you supposedly have this relationship with. I tell everybody, let me block and tackle for you. Tell me everything. And then you answer what's asked by the next person. Okay.
Right.
Answer what's asked, like you in court. Answer what's asked. Don't go divulging extra information for no reason just to cause confusion. And to
Don't
request more.
elaborate.
Right. And then they want to request more documentation. So, answer what's asked. Okay. So that's the startup. We got it. We good? Head nods. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes,
Perfect.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, existing business. Existing business. All I need is $1 in net income for every dollar in debt. That's it, y'all. Just $1 in net income for every dollar in debt.
Wow.
Kudos to you if you made $2 million in revenue. But in the year, yeah, with your chest poked out. I made I made 2 million in revenue in 2024. And in 2025, I'm making 3 million. Guess what? If you decide to go and write that down to negative 110,000 as your net income, that's what I'm cash flowing you off of. You made negative 110,000 and sir, ma'am, madam, now you qualify for nothing and you're not showing anyone that you can
Yes.
pay for anything. Tax avoidance and tax evasion is real. And we have to be mindful, existing business owners, of what we're showing for net income.
Mhm.
If that is your only source of income, guess what? This net income needs to cover your personal expenses, the minimum payments reporting on your personal credit report, plus your household credit report, if that's a spouse. It needs to cover your business expenses, plus your business debts, plus the new business loan.
Oops, sorry.
So you need to show all of that in net income as an existing business to qualify. Easy example. Let's say your personal expenses and minimum payments reporting on your personal credit report are 12,000 a year, which breaks down to 1,000 a month. Let's do simple math again. Let's say your business expenses and business debts, let's say, are that same 12,000, 1,000 a month. That is now 24,000 that you have to cover between your personal and business expenses. You at least have to show, Miss Emma, 24,000 or greater, just to show that you can cover your current personal expenses and business expenses and debts. Now, let's say the new business loan is another $1,000 a month. That's 12,000 for the year. 12,000 plus 12,000 plus 12,000. That's 36,000 is your magic number for the 1-to-1 debt coverage ratio. So, okay, people. So you have to be mindful and you have to know where you need to land each year, for your net income. and and maybe the years you're applying for something, you show a little more. Maybe the years that you're not applying for something and you do something different. But that's up to you all. But nevertheless, as your friendly neighborhood lender, please, 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 y'all, show net income. Okay. So 1-to-1 debt coverage ratio. That's all we require for an existing business. And you need some money post-funding liquidity. We want to see that you have some cash on hand to pivot in the event an emergency comes up. We also do acquisitions. The biggest thing with that is you need to make sure that a lot of people are looking at laundromats right now. A lot of laundromats do not file their tax return for some reason.
Mm.
You might want to
It's
pivot.
called, it's called money laundering.
That's what that called. That's what that's called, Coach Greg.
And no financial structures or statements or accounting systems.
and then they want, and then the potential borrower is arguing me down about why we should do this loan for them, and I'm like,
At least you know
sir.
it's not dirty money.
And I'm like, sir, ma'am, you need to run from this entity. They are not, you don't know what you're getting into. Run. Go find another opportunity. And then sometimes it's like, let me pass you on to another loan officer because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sleep at night on this one. So, guys, laundromats specifically, or any entity, they need to have at this point 22, 23, and 24 business tax return done. It's no, well, here's the year-to-date interim profit and loss statement for 25. I'm sorry, for 24. No, we're past the deadline at this point, and they need to have that return for 22, 23, and 24. And then we also want to see 25, the profit and loss statement and balance sheets. We work with franchises, make sure they are on the franchise directory or at least have applied. And then from there, what else? That's it. As far as how you, the secret sauce of how you apply as a startup and existing business, the acquisition is you need to get the seller's returns first so we could do evaluation. It makes no sense for you to submit a full package. I just want the returns first. Let me do evaluation and what are they selling it to you for? As long as we can get past that part, now we accept the application. The process with us would take, if the SBA was open, 30 to 45 days for funding for the Community Advantage Program. But as I mentioned, we have the microloan, and the microloans funds are directly from CDC Small Business Finance. So we can fund that in as soon as like 2 to 3 weeks if I have a willing participant who is, ready to go and has somewhat solid credit, let's say. Now, like I mentioned, if you just have bad credit, we can't do the microloan. But if it's like, ooh, Iman, I think I might be able to. I got a explanation. I've reestablished. I'm on time now. I've added this. I've added that. I've been added as authorized users to some things. Then let's have a conversation and let's try it. As I mentioned, if you believe in you, I believe in you. And yeah, that's it. And I'm so sorry about my slides, but the secret sauce was the most important thing. And of course, I wasn't gonna put all that in the slides. So there we go.
You were absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Actually, in addition to all the other programs out there, the Los Angeles Urban League is working with Momentous as well.
They sure are. I did a presentation yesterday.
Yeah, so I'm one of the counselors for the Urban League. So if you need to have yourself reviewed before you go to them, then you might want to reach out to us. And if you go to the link, I put the link in the chat there, as well as the next workshop is going to be on November 12th from 5 to 7. And I believe, is it still going to be at El Camino, or are they going to be
I believe
online?
they still are trying to do it in person. I think it's going to be confirmed by next week at the latest.
Okay, so go to their website. The link is right there for those of you that are interested. And if you need me to check your financials, I can help you do that. And I'm also found over on the Urban League, or you can reach out to me and I can give you my link to schedule for that. So I think this is an excellent program. When Marcel first told me 2-3 years ago about the startup, and I was like, what?
Right?
What? And I didn't believe her. And then she had to have Byron Reed come tell me that, no, it's true, Crystal.
Right?
I'm like, no.
So
So they've been working on this for a number of years. I think I first heard about it about 2 years ago, and Marcel brought it to my attention, and she's been working with the Urban League since that time. And I think Byron Reed came in as a consultant or something at some point. Who used to be with Wells Fargo Bank. So this is a great opportunity, a deal changer for many of our small businesses, because startups are that's the hardest time for any business, especially if it's a well thought out startup program. And you have all the other criteria to go along with it. You need that um, that foundation, because if not, you're using your credit cards, and then that just kind of creates a major problem 4 years or 2 years down the line, because you're heavily in debt trying to have launched your business on your credit cards. So then you can't go to her with it, because you got a whole lot of personal debt at that point in time.
Absolutely. So,
Fantastic.
and we look at everything, like I stated, it's fully documented, 30 to 45 days. And speaking of the Urban League, Miss Crystal, were you on last night?
I know I was not on last night.
Okay.
Mhm.
So now I don't, if you, Miss Crystal, I'll let you direct that and add color if you want them to register, if they do. But that was one of the call to orders. If you're going through the Urban League, then to register through you guys' site and go from there. But nevertheless, I am here to serve, and any way I possibly can. I promise you, the next time my PowerPoints and presentation will be on point. But what I'm saying is with the same passion and like I stated, I believe where there's a will, there's a way. And if we can't say yes now, let's at least have the conversation and be a willing participant to actually, allow us to help you get there. So thank you for having me. And
No, you
I
we
look
want you
for
to come back. You have an open invitation to come back as things get updated and opportunities become available. And certainly there's referral business that all of us can send to you. And I'm gonna kick it over. We're kind of running out of time here. I wanted to I don't know, Steve, you wanted me to make the announcement about our next week. Because we are all operating in these gig economies and because of NIL, where these students are actually getting money that are in the athletics space. Kimberly Freelo is going to be coming on next week to talk about careers in sports and the alliance that we've created with Inglewood High School, because there's a lot of students over there that are getting NIL funds, but they don't have any financial literacy background. And so this here again is a great opportunity for us to learn how to help our students, these student athletes that are getting this money from their name, image, and likeness.
And their
But their
parents.
parents, yeah, but their parents, the folks that are in their community don't know how to help them to navigate that. So that's the reason why she's going to be coming on, and she's going to be sharing some insight and information. And again, has an organization that can help the students that are looking to navigate that. Iman, you've been exceptional. You are my kind of loan officer, because it's critically important that we meet people where they are instead of trying to drag them to some place that they shouldn't even be in the first place. So thank you again.
my
Awesome.
pleasure. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for joining us. Everyone, share this. This will be up on in the archives, but share the information with your friends and your business colleagues that are looking for funding. Everybody's always looking for some sort of funding, and so that we can make sure that this program is well received and utilized. Because a lot of times we be giving money out, and folks just do not go over there. So take it from us. This is the real deal. You can actually go and look into it and inquire about it and see if you qualify. Don't disqualify yourself. Let them disqualify you if you're not qualified. But don't you do that before you actually have that opportunity. Would y'all agree, Iman and Robin?
Yes.
Man, that was a very it hit home because that point. So please, like she stated, do not disqualify yourself and do not short sell yourself either. When you call and I say, tell me what you need and how much you need and what you need it for, this at this point, this like Shark Tank, y'all. It's Shark Tank. If you come in like, well, I need this amount for this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. Like I told, did yesterday with Miss Carolyn group, I started fist pumping and jumping. Go, 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 go. Because it's like, okay, you know your plan. Okay, let's do this. And then from there, it's like, tell me is how much money can I borrow? well, how much can I get? No, that is not what we want to hear. Okay?
Yeah.
This is
So
not.
that's when you come to me so I can help you get your narrative together.
Absolutely. So please, please, please know what you need and how much you need and what you need it for. And let us tell you, no, I can't get, say 2.5 million if that's what your need is. And let me say, no, we could do 350 and I can help you find that other 2.2. But tell us what you need so we can actually help you, and don't shortchange yourself. This is not let's make a deal. We're gonna give you what you need and not what you want, but have a need in mind. So please, please, please.
And
Sorry.
what you're saying, Iman, is this: know your business and know your number.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're the Lord didn't get this. Is what I tell my clients: the Lord didn't give me the idea; He gave it to you.
Come
So
on.
our job is to help you fulfill that, right?
Right.
And which means then you have to do some due diligence. You have to actively engage. And I don't believe in saying we're going to give you money. No, it's a loan.
Absolutely.
It's a loan.
Absolutely.
There's nothing free. It may be no cost to you, or it may be pro bono, but you don't use the word free, and we don't use give me a loan. I don't use that, because part of what Crystal just said, part of it is teaching people the language that they need to
Absolutely.
use when they're sitting in front of the bank or whoever you're saying, a funder or whoever.
And
Yeah, you
last
got it.
thing, go ahead, Miss
No,
Crystal.
go ahead. No, no.
Okay. And last thing, don't call Coach Greg, Miss Crystal, Miss Robin, Joseph, or anybody else asking them what type of business should I start. Especially not me. Don't
Yeah,
call me and
no.
ask me that question.
No, we want you to already know what
Okay.
that is.
So I love you all. Thank you for having me again. Sorry for the hiccups, and I look forward to coming back with the PowerPoint presentation for you.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes,
We'd
yes.
love to have you back, and thank you so much for all your enthusiasm. We could tell that you were enthusiastic. We were excited about that. and Greg
Womping.
and Greg pitch hit for you. He was doing closed caption.
Oh, well, thank you. And look, Joseph could have called me on my cell phone like, Iman, what you stop? We can't hear you. So, okay, guys, thank
We
you
did
You
again.
got
try to
called
call
out,
you.
Joseph.
Somebody called and we realized you probably weren't going to answer
We
because you were
called.
busy
We had
talking.
messages on the screen. We was in the
But that
We
chat.
did
wasn't
all, we
so
sent
the
up smoke signals. We did
The
all
only thing we
kinds of
could have done was knocked on your door.
or just kick me off the next time. I'll be like, oh, maybe I wasn't talking.
No, because then you can't come back in.
Okay, guys, thank you,
Oh,
thank you.
but ending the presentation was that was it. That's what got your attention.
Exactly, that was the most important thing. So we good.
Thank you all. It's well worth the extra minutes that we were here. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week. Miss Cotton put her information in the chat, so pull it up if you're interested. And then also, if you want to do the in-person, you can go over to the Urban League. The link is in the chat. You have to pull it out, and or go to the Urban League's website and go under programs and entrepreneurship, and the community-led capital link is there. So go right there to register. They don't have the new date up yet, but they will probably in the next couple hours.
And
All right,
thanks for
everyone.
everybody who joined today that I haven't had a chance to meet. I've been gone a couple of weeks, but I appreciate the new faces, Rochelle and Bernice and Warrior. You've been here before, so
Yeah, Warrior's
thanks again.
he's been constant, and Rochelle has been here for a couple of weeks. She
Okay.
was
Yes,
sold when we had the voting conversation, and she's actually a good
Excellent.
friend of mine. I've known Rochelle since
she's a good friend
I
of
was
mine.
in my teens. Actually, we were in the same choir, I believe, at Fame. Yeah, and then she's been really, really close. My mom took care of her baby child, her little, when she was a little one. So we go way back. So I appreciate having her here. Thank you, Miss Carolyn. And with that, everyone, we will see you all next week. If you're going out,
Everybody, please vote, vote, vote,
oh
vote,
yeah,
vote.
yes.
I had to say that. Please vote.
Yes,
And
yes. Vote, 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 vote there.
yes, and if you
Right.
haven't voted, do it before the 4th. If you
Yes.
can do it before the 4th. If you vote
Done.
and go to the post office, your ballot will not be validated and it won't count. So do it early. We had a wonderful meeting last night. Steve Bradford spoke, and I just want to thank Rosalind Pennington. She was my other side, I tell you. And to get through this, Steve Bradford, Tina McKinnon spoke, Roderick Wright, all of these people came and supported us. And there were so many that new people that we met. We're going to continue the town hall meeting next year and not wait until it's an election to get involved. We have to work with our young people, anybody, everybody. We all have to vote.
Yes, guys, because the land of Oz is taking over and the flying monkeys are out of control.
Iman, if you're still on here, I want to say that there are people who have those first name relationships with their banker. And Crystal Mitchell is one, and she professes that. She's telling us all we need to establish that. And then we've got Michelle Doss here from City First, who is preaching the same story. So we're working on ourselves as you are working on us. Okay.
Yeah.
And I am here for it. And I love partnering with my bankers. If you can't work with them, send them my way.
Yeah. Michelle is going to reach out to you. She was one of the ones that asked for your information.
Okay.
She's at City First Bank. That's the bank that knows my name.
Perfect. And
Michelle.
if they know your name, then I know that you're making moves over there, and I want to be known too.
Okay, all righty. All right, everybody. We're gonna stop the recording. You guys can stay around after recording.